What is up, Karatics? So in this video, I'm going to be giving you sort of an idea on how you customize the Pegasus vehicles you already own. You can actually customize them in your aircraft hangar. So for those of you who are still thinking about whether you should buy a hangar or not, I'm sure maybe this will help you decide a little better, because there's still people that are confused on how it works and all that stuff, and what are the benefits to it. So you can just call your Pegasus vehicle like you saw me do. I called it my Hydra. And if you buy a hangar in the military base, Rockstar actually implemented Pegasus spawns in the military base. So it literally spawns right there. And then you can just go ahead and drive it up to your hangar, press right on the D-pad, and then it brings you right in. And then what happens is you convert it into a personal aircraft. So sort of like personal vehicles, but personal aircraft. And once you're inside of your hangar, you press right on the D-pad to modify it, and then you could do a respray. So on the older vehicles that are not new to the DLC, almost all of them is just very, very basic customization, pretty much just the color. That's all you can do to it. But the newer aircrafts, you can do a lot of stuff to them. I'll be making a lot of videos on that later on. But the newer aircrafts, you can do armor and weapons and stuff like that, and obviously respray as well. But at least Rockstar gave you some freedom so that you can still kind of personalize the older aircrafts if you'd like. You could even do a gold Hydra, chrome Hydra, whatever you want. Matte, crew color, metallics, pearlescence. You can mix stuff around and make it your own. So right there, in gold Hydra, looks crazy. Whatever you want to do, you can do. You can even, if you know about the crew black, you can do that as well, which is what I ended up doing. So it's a very, very dark black. You just throw a matte black on first, and then we go to the crew colored black. There's actually videos on that. I'll link some videos down below if you want to know how to do that. And then you could just exit the aircraft or exit the workshop, whatever you want to do. And boom, it hops you right out, and then the hatch actually closes, which I like. It closes automatically. If you know in free roam, when you get out, it still stays open, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, this is pretty cool. You can, finally do this. I mean, a lot of people have been requesting this for a very, very long time. The only problem is, right now, in a way, I have two Hydras. I have one in Pegasus, and I have one in my hangar. And you can actually request these vehicles, which I'll show later on in the video, to the interaction menu, and they spawn at a nearby location that's not Pegasus, just a nearby location. It'll literally spawn like in a parking lot or something, your Hydra or your plane or helicopter, whatever it is. So you can customize Hydras. Here, I'm gonna call in the Savage. And so you just call it in, and same as before, it spawns very, very close to your hangar inside the military base. What's really cool about the military base as well, as long as you don't shoot anything, make any explosions, you're allowed, at the third explosion you do in the military base, you do get 2 stars. And if you steal any, if you steal a laser, if you steal any of their trucks, any of the tanks, you do get 2 stars. So you have to be careful with that. But if you can drive around the whole entire military base and nothing will happen. It's very, very cool. No stars or anything. But there you again, you bring it in right on the D-pad, and you repair it if it was damaged. And then boom, do chrome if you want. Pretty much do any color to these things. It's pretty cool. And for example, this one, it does have a secondary color. So you can do primary. It does keep the background camo on it. But you keep the camo, and then you do crew black. You can do anything you want, any colors. Again, these are just the old vehicles that you can do customization to. Like, so let's say you have a vehicle you don't really want in here, you brought it in here, you customize it, you didn't like it, whatever it may be. Or in this case, the generic Cuban 800 that they give you for free. You can just press remove aircraft, and boom, it's removed, and it says vehicle sold. Unfortunately, even if you spend money painting it, it will not give you any money for it at all. 0. It doesn't give you anything for that. So you can also bring in any of your other Pegasus planes if you'd like. Bring them in here and paint them different colors. One thing I do want to stress, because some people are a little confused, the plane you bring in has to be a Pegasus vehicle that you own. has to be a vehicle you bought from Pegasus. It cannot be a random plane you got from the airport and bring it in and customize it and it's yours. You cannot do that. You have to buy it from Pegasus, call it in, and then bring it into the aircraft hangar. That's how it works. So for example here, the Miljet, again, you can do, this one has primary and secondary colors. You can do whatever you like. You can do chrome, classic, different colors, anything from there, matte colors. If you want to go crazy, or if you remember, Rockstar was charging a ridiculous amount of money for the Luxor Deluxe, which is just a gold Luxor with the custom interior and some champagne and cigars and stuff like that. Well, you can actually paint this Miljet, or even a regular Luxor if you like. You can paint it gold, and there really isn't that much of a difference from the outside. You can tell. It looks like an extra large Luxor Deluxe if you want to look at it that way. I thought it was pretty cool in the gold, so that's the color I painted it in. It's pretty awesome. You can do stuff like this. I think this is what makes the hangar worth it, is the customization of all the other planes you have. And you don't have to buy any of the new planes to do this. You just have to buy a hangar. Alright, so one of the funny things I found, if you guys remember opening how the doors close automatically when you hop out, I just stood there in front of it and then it automatically closed and flipped me in the air. I thought that was kind of funny. So make sure you walk away from the door as soon as you get out, or depending on the plane, it will fling you in the air or glitch you out. I mean, maybe you want to do that if it's funny to you, but show your friends, be like, hey, look at what happens when I do this. So you can also move all these planes around if you like. You're not forced to have them in one place. So you go here to the back, the blue circle, and then kind of like a garage, you can move the planes around. So keep in mind, there is hardly any space in here, so there is different spots, medium and large, depending on the size of the aircraft. Rockstar did categorize all of them for you. So here you have all the different slots. You can see you can move planes to storage. So storage just means that it's in storage. You still have it customized and everything. It's just that you have it hidden. You don't have it there on the floor for you to see when you walk in. And you can just move them around anytime when you want. So if you really want to, you can just grab all your Pegasus planes and just spend, a whole day just customizing all of them the way you like. But do keep in mind that when you request them through the interaction menu, which I will show again later in the video, you will have a very, very large list. So you want to keep your list small so you're not scrolling through 20 different aircraft to try to find the one you want. So other planes, for example, like the Dodo seaplane, the stunt plane, which is called the Mallard, that you've seen at the airport spawning a bunch of times. You can actually, when you obviously after you buy them, you can bring them into here. And if you see, sometimes they spawn with different liveries. Well, you can actually choose what livery you want here when you bring it in and customize it. You can put that livery you want, and then you could change the primary color, which is that white. You can change it to whatever you want, and you can make some nice color contrast if you'd like, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, just fast forward through all the colors here. You do chrome, gold, anything you want. And I went back and I changed the livery. I did like that yellow livery, and then I put like a blue, kind of looks like the Blue Angel jet a little bit. That looked pretty nice. You can invite people to your hangar so they can come and look and stuff like that. So here is how you call in one of these aircrafts if you're very far from your hangar and you're in desperate need of an aircraft. So right under request personal vehicle, you have an option, request personal aircraft. And it will work exactly like a personal vehicle. Obviously, it's not going to spawn next to you in a populated area, so it'll spawn in an area where it's large enough for that certain aircraft, depending on what it is. But just like a vehicle, the same amount of time it takes, it spawns right in, walk up to it, you can fly it, whatever. And if you blow it up or someone else blows it up, it works the same way as a personal vehicle. You actually have to call Moore's Mutual, and then there's a separate option, as you'll see here, for the hangar. So you have all your garages and then hangar. Every single aircraft, it doesn't matter what it is, what it costs, every single one, even The crop duster, it costs $1,000 to get it back. It doesn't matter what plane it is. And like the personal vehicles, there's a 5-minute cooldown from when you requested it to get it back. I think it's pretty balanced. It's kind of overpowered. If you are in a Hydra, for example, I can find that being overpowered is you literally request it and it will spawn very, very close to you. It doesn't have to be a Pegasus spawn. So, I mean, this is very, very crazy what Rockstar has done. And, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the DLC. I hope this video was helpful to you so you can see and look around. And if you're very, very into customizing aircrafts and you've always wanted to, now's your chance to do that. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.